Tanzania has its first female president. Samia Suluhu Hassan was sworn in today in the capital, Dar es Salaam, the place of peace, in other words, following the death of President John Magufuli earlier this week. Hassan will serve out the remainder of Magufuli's term, which ends in 2025. By the way, he won the elections in November last year. Now, she has served alongside Magufuli as vice president since 2015. Well, for more on this historic moment, we're joined now from Dar es Salaam by Associate Lecturer at the Nelson Mandela University in Gqeberha. That's Dikeledi Mukwena, who's currently in Dar es Salaam. Dikeledi, good afternoon and welcome to lunchtime here on ENC. I mean, it's a very significant moment for the people of Tanzania and for East Africa. I don't think the East African community, ever since it was founded, those 5 countries, including the likes of Kenya and Uganda, have ever had a woman president.
Oh, certainly no, they haven't. So this is the first. So she is making history. Her Excellency is making history with her leadership. And also we're looking forward to, the exemplary leadership that she's going to teach, hopefully, the region, but also the inspiration that she's going to serve, to other young women, particularly Muslim women, for that matter. I need to highlight that.
Yes, I mean, I wonder, being there, just very briefly, the 6 nations in East African community, just from what you've seen, how have they reacted to this news, to this development?
I mean, with diplomatic relations with some countries having been shaky, particularly with Kenya, I'd like to believe that Kenyans are looking forward to better relations moving forward. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I cannot speak for those countries, right? But I'd like to believe that there will be support, just as there's been support from various institutions of government here in Tanzania of Her Excellency's leadership. Yes.
Now, Magufuli was known as a bulldozer. He had a very controversial view about coronavirus. For example, some people called him a coronavirus denialist. He's now gone, and President Hassan is taking over. She's got a reputation as a consensus-building type politician. Surely that will enable her to resolve many of the challenges that Tanzania is facing as a country in the region and in the rest of the world.
Certainly. I think, just to maybe comment a bit about President Magufuli, yes, he was a very strong leader, his own person. And I think one of the things that we must do is never really reduce his legacy to COVID denial, because there's so many other wonderful things that he's done. And today, the president herself pledged that she will continue on the good work that the president had been doing. And then obviously in terms of other things moving forward for Tanzania, she did say that she will sort of speak to the nation after the burial. But also just to comment on what she said in terms of a consensus build, no, certainly. I think even the opposition has been very supportive and welcoming of her, largely because of that consensus builder, sort of character that she has. So in that sense, I guess there'll be a lot of great expectations coming forward or moving forward. We are yet to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I was not trying to reduce Magufuli's legacy to one matter, because I mean, we know he spearheaded a major infrastructure investment drive, and at the start of his presidency, he really made sure he fought against corruption in Tanzania, and he was praised for that. You're saying now the incoming president Hassan is going to address the nation after the funeral service, the burial. When would that be? Do you know, Dikeledi?
So the burial will be on Thursday, next week Thursday. So today she spoke to the nation, and basically the main focus of her speech was just to reassure everyone that she will continue on the good things, but obviously she does not want to talk more in terms of what other specificities of what she's going to do, so that she will leave it for after Thursday, right after the burial. And then she also corrected, because remember on the 17th it was announced that the nation will be mourning for 14 days. So she corrected that as per the constitution, that there will be 21 days of mourning. So I think we will basically have to wait for her to see and hear what she will be, sort of saying to the nation after the burial in terms of how she's going to move, if she's going to make any changes in terms of the cabinet, or if she's going to continue with the existing one. And I think maybe there is also people are somewhat eager to find out who's the next vice president, who that is going to be. So that is something that we'll find out later on. But so far, there is there's a peaceful working together. Institutions and alignment. The military has pledged allegiance. Various institutions have pledged support of her. So things are going well so far.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see.
It's good to hear. And you mentioned the word constitution. I think this is one of the shining examples on our continent where a leader assumes power constitutionally. Because I understand, DK Lady, that the constitution of Tanzania says that when the incumbent, in this case President Magufuli, who's now passed on, dies while in office, the vice president then takes over for the remainder of the term.
Yes, certainly. So yeah, so that is so far that is what's going to happen. Like I said, so the only other thing that's going to happen, given that she's a Zanzibari, right? So the vice president will basically, as per the constitution, will have to come from the mainland, right? So again, so that's something that I think everyone is looking forward to finding out in terms of who that's going to be.
Thank you very much, Dikeledi Mukwena. They're all the way to us this lunchtime from Dar es Salaam, as that part of Africa, East African community, and of course the rest of the continent and the world is celebrating the incoming first female president ever of Tanzania. And she's from Zanzibar. Nohali. It hasn't happened in the history of independent Tanzania. Now they're going to be looking for a vice president after the burial, of course, will come from mainland Tanzania. Let's take you now